Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing season 2 of The Couple Next Door. So before I head into my thoughts and feelings on season 2 of The Couple Next Door, I don't plan on having any spoilers for this season. That being said, I might kind of vaguely mention some things from season 1 very quickly, but nothing like very heavy on spoilers. So yeah, let's get going. Season 2 of The Couple Next Door. This is the IMDb plot synopsis. When new surgical nurse Mia arrives at the hospital, she turns her charms on married colleagues Charlotte and Jacob. They can't help but feel unsettled when Mia moves into the house next door. Whew, this season of The Couple Next Door, you guys, just as wild, over the top, a wee bit silly as the first season, but I still enjoyed it. It's one of those shows that I kind of classify as like an odd guilty pleasure, that some of the things going on are just so extreme and a little bit over the top. It's kind of like, oh, good lord, do people really act like this in real life? I mean, there wouldn't be a show about it. People probably really do behave like this in real life, I'm assuming, but it just kind of has that vibe of being a really good kind of guilty pleasure type of show, and you just want to see kind of these terrible people screwing up their lives and the direction everything's going to go, because you know everything's just going to fall apart and go downhill. Yeah, can you watch season 2 without having seen season 1? Yes. You do not have to have seen season 1 in order to enjoy this season. I think what this show is kind of wanting to do, especially if it does move forward with a third season, I think the show wants to kind of be like a anthology series, if you will, where each season is going to be very different and focus on different characters and different couples. There are a couple moments in this show where, like, especially through like newspaper clippings specifically, like a character at one point I think is looking at a newspaper article, and it does mention something about like something that happened to one of the main characters in the previous season, you know. So it's kind of little details like that that if you did see season 1, you will kind of get a bit more out of some of the little Easter eggs, I suppose. And yeah, there is one character that does move from season 1 into season 2, but again, you don't have to have seen season 1 at all to enjoy this season. It very much stands alone as its own thing, even though it's taking place in like the same neighborhood. you know, it's taking place in the same neighborhood, the same street, pretty much. But yeah, you're not going to get lost or confused about anything. So what to expect with this season of The Couple Next Door? For the most part, a lot of like the themes are identical, you know, like marital problems between couples, you know, all of that drama. You're going to have a lot of interesting twists and turns to the narrative and to the characters. So yeah, kind of the bonus aspect of this particular season, it's like you have part like marital drama, but then part medical drama. I actually quite liked the medical drama aspect of this season, because it definitely made it much more unique and different from the previous season. So there's a lot of stuff, because again, our two main characters, well, three, our three main characters, they work at the local hospital, and there's some shenanigans that start happening, we shall say, and like some mysterious deaths that start happening, like who's responsible for that? So you have like part marital drama, part medical drama, and yeah, this show being called like The Couple Next Door, if you will, and it all taking place on the same street. Yeah, there's this new mysterious woman that moves to town, and she quickly just charms her way into the lives of this one particular couple that she becomes obsessed with, and she starts becoming really controlling and manipulative. Yeah, she's charming both of them. She's charming both the husband and the wife, and it's kind of this whole back and forth throughout the season. Why is she kind of targeting this couple, and why she's so obsessed with them, and why she's doing what she's doing, and yeah, which one of them is she actually kind of going after? And just to get into the cast really quickly, a quick rundown, we have Annabelle Sholey playing Charlotte. I adore Annabelle Sholey, you guys, just everything she's been in over the last several years. Yeah, the character of Charlotte is, she's a surgeon. She's very dedicated to her work. And the thing is, I think there's an element of Charlotte, because she is so dedicated to her work at times. She kind of just has additional stress on top of her life, and she kind of doesn't have really high self-esteem sometimes. You know, she doesn't have the most high of self-esteem, and yeah, she's been married to her husband for quite a while now, and it's like she's kind of looking to make things a little bit more exciting within their marriage, if you will. But at the same time, she's rather kind of within herself. You know, she's not sure how to kind of branch out. And then yeah, her husband in the meantime, Sam Palladio, and the character's Jacob. Jacob, he's a surgeon as well. They both work at the same hospital. Yeah, he really loves his wife. But yeah, he's kind of getting those feelings too, I think. You know, we've been at this for a while. It's getting a little stale. We need to do something to liven it up, you know. Yeah, I think Jacob, the way his character is, he's definitely kind of a man who's very proud. He's very charming when he wants to be. He knows how to use his good looks to his advantage. And playing Mia, who moves in next door, the mysterious Mia, is Aggie K. Adams. Mia is supposed to be quite a bit younger than Charlotte and Jacob, because Charlotte and Jacob are supposed to kind of be like middle age, is kind of how I was kind of seeing it, and yeah, Mia is supposed to be much younger. Yeah, Mia is very much an enigma as soon as she appears on this show. She's very clearly running from some past trauma in her life, which gets explored throughout this show. And yeah, she does get this quick obsession with Charlotte and Jacob that kind of verges into being rather unhealthy, if you will, but it's kind of all, she has some purpose. You kind of get the idea. And what is it exactly? You get the idea that she's kind of done this throughout her entire life, that she likes to charm and manipulate people. But is she a bad person, is kind of the big question of this entire season. Is Mia a good person or a bad person? What is it that she's running from? And I think the big difference between like Charlotte and Mia is a very confident person. She's very self-confident. She knows she's a beautiful young woman. She knows how to use her charms and her body, you know, kind of the language of those things to get what she wants. And she's just very blunt and honest about things, because a lot of times when Charlotte and Jacob are having conversations with her, Mia will just kind of say something just totally outlandish and out there that you just normally wouldn't say out maybe in public or just to other people. She's very brazen and confident, and she just says exactly what's on her mind. She's very open and honest, whereas like Charlotte and Jacob, again, they've been married for a long time. Yeah, they kind of have this kind of almost like prim, stuck-up attitude about things sometimes, and they keep their thoughts to themselves. You know, they're not just going to go out willy-nilly and kind of say things. You know, they don't want to cause chaos or disturbance. But yeah, Mia is willing to cause chaos and disturbance and say something wild and crazy. Moving on, we have Cynthia Ramamurthy, you guys, playing the character of Leo. Leo is like a past fling of Charlotte's that gets explored in this show, and it's like, you know, the trailers for this show I think were very misleading. I kind of recommend not really watching the trailer for this season, because I kind of had this idea what this show is going to do, because I kind of thought it would just be another parallel to season 1. If you're expecting an identical parallel to season 1 with this season, that's not going to be the case. This season is definitely kind of doing something wildly different from the previous season, which I liked, because I didn't want to repeat. You know, I didn't want a repeat of the first season. So yeah, the character of Leo, because I watched the trailers, I was kind of expecting his character to go a certain direction and for his plot to be a certain way. But yeah, I was really kind of mistaken about that. I was really pleasantly surprised with what they did with the Leo character, and I kind of preferred what they did with him, to be honest, instead of kind of going the predictable route with his character. But yeah, I really like the Leo character. And yeah, Sandy Ramamurthy, you guys, oh my god, that man. I looked up how old he is, and my god, he is just still so handsome. Moving on to the character of Alan, played by Hugh Dennis. Alan is the one, like, returning character from the previous season. Yeah, I'm not going to really sit and spoil anything, because if you are watching season 2 separate from season 1, season 2 will explain all of the stuff going on with Alan. But yeah, Alan, as we know, he definitely had a pretty interesting arc back in season 1. So I was really curious to see how Alan would figure into this second season, and I really liked how Alan was used. I was really pleasantly surprised with Alan's character, how he was used, and yeah, just his general character arc, because he did some pretty terrible things back in season 1 that are rather unforgivable, but that's kind of one of the things of this season. Can Alan be forgiven? You know, just because he did the things that he did, does that make him just a 100% absolutely horrible character? Can there be atonement and forgiveness? And then yeah, just to round out the supporting cast here really quickly, I definitely got to give a shout out to Adam James and Mamie McCoy. They're like exes. They're exes, but yeah, they are friends with like Charlotte and Jacob. I just wanted to give them a shout out, Adam James and Mamie McCoy, because I've loved them in previous other things that I've seen. So I loved their characters on this show too, and was pleasantly surprised with where their arc went as well. So the big question heading out of this season, will we get a third season or not? I'm not sure how well this show is doing, because it is a show that primarily airs first over in the UK, and then we get it over here after the fact in the US. So I'm not sure how the ratings are doing, if there's going to be a third season or not. I wouldn't mind if there's another season, especially keeping it as this anthology type series. I think it really works. So yeah, if there's a third season, I would totally watch it. So that's it for my thoughts and feelings on season 2 of The Couple Next Door. Let me know in the comments down below if you love this season or if you hated it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye guys.